Hi everybody, it's Diana. I wanted to do a quick video today. I've heard from a lot of people and you say you want more videos, but I don't always have like a technique or a tip or whatever. So I thought, well, how about I just stamp a card for you? So let me know if that's okay, if I just stamp for you. That's easy enough. I do it every day. So this is actually the card, my top 10 card, as well as a thank you card for orders for February that were online. And it's this card right here. So this is what I'm going to show you. Ooh, I need to go this way. I'm going to flip the video. So this is the first time I've done that as well. So if things look a little wonky, it's because of that. But so this is the card I'm going to show you, and it's actually I cased it from Tessa Wise, and I just love it. So here we go. So it's just very vanilla cardstock, and I'm going to use Oh Hello chevron thingy. Now I'm a big anal kind of person, so I like to use a jig. Now the stamp-a-ma-jig is a two-piece thing. You have your jig, and then you have the plastic square thing that you're supposed to stamp on in order to match everything up. But what I like to do, we have cardstock vellum in the catalog, and I like to just make a jig with the vellum, and then I can put this with the stamp set, and I always have that ready and available. So plus half the time I don't wash the plastic one, and this way I don't have to worry about it. So what I'm going to do is I want the chevron to be about there. So then I put my vellum in place, and I put my jig in the corner. Then I'm going to move that away. Now this stamp set, it would be hard to tell if I stamped it this way or this way. So what I did was I took a marker, and I just made a little mark there. Then I know that's the bottom. So that could be a tip for the day. I don't know. But anyway, that makes it easier so you don't mess it up. So then I'm inking it up in Sahara Sand. And then I'm going to stamp that down and give it a rub. And now I have my chevron right there. And again, now that was Sahara, I think I said. All right, so now I want to put the bicycle here. And this time I'm going to stamp with the jet black stays on. So I'm going to put the bicycle here. Again, put my stamp-a-ma-jig right there. Move the vellum away. That's always important. Then I'm going to take my bike. Now this is the stays on pad. What happens is when you get the stays on pad, there is a little plastic protecting thing. You don't want to throw that away. So what I did was I stuck it to the inside of the lid so it's always there, because I use my stays on kind of upside down. So I put it lid side down, then I pick up the piece that has the ink on it, and then I ink it up like this. And that way I can see I'm getting in all the nooks and crannies, but I'm not over stamping it, like I'm not getting the edges. Then I simply put it back in there, and then you know that you're always keeping the lid on. The stays on pad, if you have not ordered one, when you do, I suggest you order the refill at the same time, because it's like a Sharpie marker basically, and you know if you leave the lid off a Sharpie marker, it dries up pretty quick. So the same thing goes with the stays on, so you might as well get the refill right away. All right, now I want to put Hey There. Now Hey There is actually part of the paper pumpkin, so you have till March 10th, no later, if you want to get it this month. Otherwise you're going to have to wait. But so March 10 is the debut of the paper pumpkin, so you have to make sure you put your order in by March 10th, and then I think they're going to ship around the 15th. But I love this little greeting. So I'm going to use my jig again. And I'm going to use my grid sheet to kind of keep that card even. I love the grid sheets for keeping things straight. All right, so then I'm going to put my Hey There Friend about there. Put my jig back. Then I'm going to ink up my Hey There Friend. This stays on. And stamp it like that. All right, now what I want to do is add a little bit of color to the bicycle. And I'm going to use Island Indigo, and I'm just going to squeeze the pad. And then what happens is it gets that ink on the inside of the lid. I'm going to take my blender pen, and I'm just going to go into there. and pick up some of that ink, and I'm just going to color the frame of the bike like that. So this is a nice quick card. So if you're doing a bunch of them, it wouldn't take any time at all. And that's all I'm going to do for the color. Then I want to add a little bit of splatter, and that is using the color spritzer and a basic black marker. So if you've never used a color spritzer, it's a must. There is a screw right here. Let's see, maybe you go down so you can see it. There's a screw, and then that's going to tighten on the marker. So you want to make sure that you loosen it enough that you can get your marker inside, and you want it to stick out, oh, about that much. Hope you can see that. And then tighten it a little bit just to hold the marker in place. And then I'm just going to give it a splatter. So see, now I have like little splatters on there. And then I'm going to take it out and put the lid on. Then I'm going to take a little bit of the first edition specialty paper. Again, I'm using my grid sheet. Put my card there so it's straight. I'm going to put a little adhesive on here. Hopefully this isn't taking too long. All right, and then I'm going to use this, so I'm going to have that line there, and I know that line is going to match up. Then I'm going to take a little bit of the baker's twine. So this is Island Indigo baker's twine, and I cut it. I mean, you could do it off the spool, but for the picture I just cut it ahead of time. So I wrapped it around a couple times there. If you do the little, when you cross it over, if you cross it over twice instead of just once, it will hold your ribbon kind of more together so you can tie it better. So when you cross that one, when you're tying your lace, you know, I usually just cross once and then start to tie. Do it twice and then tie. And that, I know it's called a special knot or something, but I don't know what its technical name is, so I just do it twice. But it will hold the thread better in place for you, so it's easier to tie. Then I'm going to cut my little ends like so. And now, since I have ribbon in the way, like, you're going to want to use glue dots. Just because if you have like ribbon or something that's not letting cardstock touch cardstock, I always use the glue dots. If you use a snail, it's so flush with the paper, sometimes it won't stick very good. But the glue dots give you a little bit of a lift so that you can kind of get around the ribbon so that the papers can touch each other. So I'm going to put some glue dots on there. And like that. And then it's just going to get glued onto the very vanilla paper. Like that. And it's just got a little bit of a frame. And ta-da! You're done. So if you place an online order with me in February, you'll be getting one of these in the mail. And if you're one of the top 10 with sales in my group for February, you'll get one of these as well. So hopefully that's okay if I do videos like this and not necessarily teaching you something you haven't seen before. But I'll stop gabbing, and hopefully you're like, oh, don't forget. I almost forgot. This is one of the Sale-a-Bration sets. So March 22nd is the last day that you can get the bicycle. So don't forget about that. All right. Thanks for stopping in. Bye.